I can't believe I'm about to say this, but welcome to our review and our breakdown on Ahsoka, episode 1 and 2. How are you all doing tonight? What is up, Joseph? How are you doing tonight after watching those first 2 episodes?
Mate, I'm buzzing. I'm feeling great.
Yep.
I finished season 4 today of Rebels. And today, I had to wait 3 hours, and then I get to watch Ahsoka, and it's just we've said it a few times, but I think this is this time that we can say it correctly. Star Wars is back.
Star Wars is back. Star Wars is back. Definitely after those first 2 episodes of Ahsoka. I'm blown away. My thoughts are still sinking into my brain. I've got a lot to say, but what we got part 1, Master and Apprentice. This one was directed by Dave Filoni, written by Dave Filoni. Obviously, every single episode of the Ahsoka series is written by Dave Filoni, so that's a big W. Now this episode, part 1, Master and Apprentice. This was a long one. This was nearing an hour long. It's like 55 minutes. And it was, I'll be honest, the premiere was very different to what I thought. However, I feel like, I was telling Joseph before we started recording, right after we finished watching, there's gonna be no filler in this show. There's gonna be no side quests. I feel like all the characters are going towards one main goal, and that main goal for all the characters is to get to the unknown regions. For the villains, it's to find Thrawn in the unknown regions. Then for the rebels, it's to find Ezra Bridger in the unknown regions. Some people in the galaxy think Thrawn and Ezra are dead, but there's been some new information in the galaxy, new rumors that Thrawn is alive in the unknown regions, so a lot of people trying to get there. Now the rebels want Ahsoka, Sabine, Hera, they want to get to the unknown regions to see if Ezra's alive, and then they also want to stop the new threat of Thrawn potentially coming back. So I'm really glad that they're going in that direction, where we're not going to have these subplots like Book of Boba Fett, The Mandalorian, Andor, kind of Kenobi. They all had subplots, but for Ahsoka it looks like we're getting 8 episodes going straight towards one main goal, like a movie, exactly like a movie. But Joseph, what do you think of the premiere, episode 1 and 2? I'll say first, I'm so glad they gave us 2 episodes. I am so glad they gave us 2 episodes of the
my god, yeah. We'll jump straight into that part. So, this will be spoilers, obviously.
Spoiler review,
but
and breakdown.
100% spoiler review. Yeah, but oh my god, did they just throw everything at us straight away? Like,
I know
there was zero chill.
I feel like it was very overwhelming.
It was a little slow for about 15 minutes.
Yep.
But then after that, it was just slap, slap, slap. We've got drama between Ahsoka and Sabine, because Ahsoka didn't want to keep training Sabine.
Yeah, I want to touch on that. Sabine being Force sensitive, it was a big topic before the show came out. You know, the trailers kind of teased it.
It's still not confirmed.
Known yet, no. You see, I don't know. Rebels, she showed no Force sensitivity at all. In Ahsoka, they're kind of hinting at it little bit.
I'd say there's bits and pieces.
No. When Dave was writing Rebels,
there are bits and pieces in Rebels.
There isn't. I'll say this now. When Dave was making the Rebels show, it was not in his mind that Sabine is Force sensitive.
We don't know that.
At the time, Rebels made Sabine wasn't Force sensitive. He might have changed that, and maybe she is now. But just like Huyang, the droid, the Jedi lightsaber constructor droid, says to Sabine, if she is Force sensitive, she is the lowest Force sensitivity person he's ever met. It's taken her this long to kind of feel the Force in her. She might be a tad Force sensitive. She kind of had that Force dream where she was like sensing Ezra.
Well, that's what I was saying.
So
that's what I was saying was in our predictions was I think if she were to be, she would be so little that it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. You know, Huyang's literally said to her, if you're Force sensitive, it's funny that you're only discovering it now. The biggest thing like the biggest point out for me is the music by composer Kevin Kiner. Oh my freaking god, he did Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, composed them, and oh my god, the music.
Oh yeah.
This show so far has the best music for any Star Wars show. That goes for The Mandalorian as well, and that has great music by Ludwig. Forget his last name. But episode 1, we'll get into the little breakdown. So it starts with. I also want to say, we've seen nearly like every shot from the trailers. I swear, we've seen nearly every shot. So these next 6 episodes, we are basically going in completely.
There's a few.
blind.
There's some with like
There's a few, yeah.
Anakin, and there's
Yep, and then Thrawn's face.
thing.
But a lot of the scenes we've seen in the first 2 episodes. So I kind of like that. It gets me more excited for the next 6. The next episode is directed by Steph Green again. She directed episode 2. That airs on August 29. But part 1, Master and Apprentice. It starts with Baylan Skoll and his apprentice Shin Hati assault a New Republic cruiser carrying Lady Morgan Elsbeth, who we come to learn she is, all the theories are correct, she is a Night Sister, confirmed the Night Sister. Anyway, she had previously been captured by Ahsoka Tano. The pair rescue Lady Elsbeth, Baylan and Shin. They rescue her, and Lady Elsbeth informs Baylan that Ahsoka is searching for Thrawn. As we know, The Mandalorian Season 2, the episode with Ahsoka, Ahsoka says to Morgan Elsbeth, "Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?" She gets arrested, we all know what happens there, and here we are now. Ahsoka and Huyang obtain a star map to the location of Grand Admiral Thrawn, and obviously where Grand Admiral Thrawn is where Ezra Bridger is going to be. Before being informed of Lady Elsbeth's escape by Home 1, regrouping with the fleet, Ahsoka meets with General Harrison Dula. It was great to see her in live action, where Huyang reveals that the star map is still locked. Kind of like when in The Force Awakens they needed to complete the map to find Luke Skywalker, but they were missing a part. It was locked off, but R2 had it. We all know what happens there. Harrison Dula advises Ahsoka to obtain Sabine Wren's help, unlocking the map. Just as Sabine unlocks the map, she's confronted by Shin, who steals the map and ultimately stabs Sabine during a deal they have, Sabine's wielding Ezra's lightsaber. I'll jump to that bit. That's probably the most controversial bit of the show so far, Sabine getting stabbed. We've had it so many times recently in Star Wars, in the sequels, in the Obi-Wan show, now this, where characters are getting stabbed, but they're okay. But then we have Qui-Gon in the Phantom Menace freaking dying from being stabbed. Now I want to make a comment here. For everyone saying that it's stupid, Sabine had straight access to medication, to a medical droid, right? So I'm fine with her surviving that. She had, within 5 minutes, she was getting treated by a medical droid. Qui-Gon, you could say, there was, Obi-Wan was still fighting.
Yeah, but he died immediately.
Who?
Qui-Gon.
Well, he didn't die immediately. He died like 5 minutes after, maybe, because he was on the ground. After Thingy killed Maul, he rushed over to him.
I just think that Qui-Gon got hit in a more critical spot.
Qui-Gon didn't have access to medical assistance straight away, but Sabine did. So it's fine. Sabine survived that. She had access to medical assistance straight away. However, Reva getting stabbed into the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. What the freak? She gets stabbed by Vader. Episode ends. Next episode, she's on Tatooine. That is where it's bad writing. That is when it doesn't make sense. Reva surviving that stab wound with no reason. Like, how did she survive? We don't know. She disappeared on Tatooine next episode. Sabine, though, she got access to medical droids straight away. So I'm fine with it. What do you think about Sabine getting stabbed?
I think all you can argue is Qui-Gon got hit in a more critical area.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the best way to put it. Like,
I think it's just Qui-Gon didn't have access to any medical assistance straight away, and for someone like that getting stabbed.
Yeah, but the way that Qui-Gon died, Qui-Gon was out within 3 to 4 minutes, where he was still out of it, but I don't think the time has anything to do with it. Like, she still would have had to get Sabine still would have had to get onto the ship, get to the hospital, or the medic. Like, I think it's just more likely that
Well, wasn't it on the operations
Qui-Gon was
tower?
hit.
So you just had to walk upstairs. I don't know, I just feel like people making the argument that Sabine shouldn't have survived that is just a bit stupid. Sabine was literally at her house when it happened, so, and then when we see in the next episode her
Yeah,
getting
but she's not
treated,
at her
she's
house
in...
when she's...
Was it not? Was it not at the operations tower?
No, she was in the city.
No. Ahsoka and Hoi Young came from the city. And Sabine was at the Shin showed up at the operations tower. And then
Yeah, she got stabbed at the operations tower, but then when she wakes up in the next episode, she's in the city.
Is she? Okay.
Because it's all white.
Yeah. She's probably in like a hospital, eh? Yeah.
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 I just think that it was, I just think that she's, the only thing I can think of is that, yeah, it just wasn't as critical of a hit. True. And Qui-Gon's older. Qui-Gon.
And Qui-Gon, it kinda...
Yeah, I think just...
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. I don't really mind.
I think that's all it was. Just Qui-Gon was older. Qui-Gon was more damaged. Like... Yeah.
Yeah. We've only got 2 episodes directed by Dave in this show. Every episode's written by him. Every episode is overlooked by him. So it's fine. Episode 1, Episode 5 are directed by Dave Filoni. Episode 1, it was... it was slow, but it was a good slow. You know, it got us... both episodes were quite slow. They got us up to pace. We're up to date now with where everyone is, how the crew's all going. We don't know where Zeb is. Well, we do know where Zeb is. He is obviously with the New Republic, as we learn in Mando Season 3, which was nice. So I think every episode after this is just gonna get closer to leading up to the end goal, finding Thrawn, finding Ezra, which I think will probably come like episode 7, maybe 6, but probably episode 7. And yeah, what do you think of the first episode kicking off the show? I'm just happy they gave us 2 episodes.
I thought it was pretty good. I think it's
I don't think I would have been happy if they gave us episode 1. I'm so glad they gave us 2. I feel like we really needed 2. It's not that...
I would have been fine with it.
It's not that episode 1 wasn't strong. It wasn't much. It wasn't much.
No, but we knew it wasn't going to be much. When we spoke about it, we said that the first episode, and probably even the first 2 episodes,
because
are going to be slow. They're going to be...
You need to catch people up to date.
Because there's a lot of people who haven't watched Rebels.
Yeah. Which is fine for the people that haven't watched Rebels. For the people that have, I kind of just wish I don't need any backstory on what's happened, but obviously Dave has to do that. He has to. It's a live action show now, so it's fine. But I just think every episode now will get better. I don't think we will have a worse. Not that episode 1 and 2 were bad, but I don't think we will get a worse episode than episode 1 and 2. Not that they were bad. I just feel like that's the ground level. That is the ground level of the show, episode 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And episode 3 will go up. Episode 4 up again. Episode 5 another story higher. Episode 6 another story higher. Episode 7, 8.
Yeah.
And it's just going to keep getting better. We're not going to go up to a side mission because everyone wants to get to the unknown regions now, which I love. Part 2 was Toil and Trouble, directed by Steph Green.
Yeah.
And now,
I think that one was probably again better than episode 1. Maybe not better, but just
it had a little bit more action
stuff,
and it had a little like episode 1 was really just that ground, and then episode slightly better, still lifting. But I think episode 3 will take off. Episode 3 is also directed by Steph Green. The directors we do have, so episode 1 Dave Filoni, episode 2 Steph Green, episode 3 Steph Green, episode 4 Peter Ramsey. Peter Ramsey has directed a few Mando episodes. Episode 5 Dave Filoni. Episode 5 will probably be the biggest episode of the season. I think we get Anakin in that one. Episode 6 Jennifer gets Zinger. Episode 7, Geta, Padel, and Episode 8, Rick Famuyiwa. We love Rick. He's executive producer on the Mandalorian show. So him directing the finale, pretty promising. But episode 2, part 2, Toil and Trouble, Seth Green. Sabine Wren, she discovers and informs Ahsoka of her findings with, the map. Now, Wren also traces the droids that attacked her previously to Lady Elsbeth's factories on Corellia. It's very nice going back to Corellia, obviously in Solo, and that we are at Corellia. Seeking the star map, Ahsoka and Hera travel to the Corellian shipyards in time to see a massive hyperdrive built for Elsbeth's ship to travel to Thrawn's hiding place, the unknown regions. The hyperdrive escapes to hyperspace after Chopper attaches a tracking device. So they all now know where they are at. And at the end of this episode, we see that Baylan has, as you said before we started recording, Baylan has some heart now, and it looks like it. And he's kind of worried that Ahsoka's gonna find them.
They're gonna kill Ahsoka.
Yeah. So I'm really thrilled to learn about Baylan. Obviously, survivor of Order 66. Why did he turn kind of dark? Did he just have to survive? What's his story in Shin as well, Shin Hati? No, what are your thoughts on part 2?
Yeah, again, I think part 2 just had its moments. Like it had them big cinematic moments, like when on Corellia, when we have Marok versus Ahsoka.
Marok's very mysterious. Starkiller question mark.
That was a nice fight.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting this story of Ahsoka and Sabine.
They both,
So,
now
they're getting all these different storylines.
Now,
I think episode 2 just starts adding to it all.
Yeah, episode 2, we got the bit from Rebels, the epilogue bit, where Sabine is looking at the mural of the Rebels, herself, Ezra, Kanan, Zeb, and Hera. And it's the exact same shots we see in Star Wars Rebels. It's absolutely beautiful. She turns around, Ahsoka arrives, she turns around, walks to Ahsoka, they talk. They retconned Ahsoka, so in Rebels, Ahsoka was Ahsoka the White, she had her staff there. I'm kind of pissed off that they did that. I don't know why. What was the reason? Why can she not be wearing white in that scene? I don't get it. I don't get why they do that stuff. Like, where's her staff at? Other than that scene was very emotional. As a Rebels fan, it's just why'd they retcon Ahsoka? Why'd they retcon her look? There's no reason. It's just one of those little things that piss me off. Why? Why can you not put her in white and give her staff? I don't get it. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So it's not the same scene.
You don't reckon?
No, Sabine has purple hair.
What?
Sabine has purple hair.
In
like
the
super
Rebels
purple
bit, and she also she also puts her helmet on, So what scene?
It's not the same scene. It's just supposed to mirror it.
Yeah.
It's just mirroring it. It's not the same scene.
Okay, well,
I suppose no. So what it is it's mirroring, because obviously. So we know from here, right? Sabine at the end of Rebels, Sabine goes with Ahsoka. That'd be when their training starts, right? And then we know that it goes to shit. So what we saw in Ahsoka would have been
just another bit.
Them reuniting as Padawan, them coming back again, them returning as Padawan and Master. That's what it would be.
Yes, it's just another scene of them at the mural, I guess.
It's just a parallel.
Yeah, I guess that could be a way they cover up it. Yeah, probably, yeah. But she
Well, no, it's not covering up. It's a completely different scene.
It's so
yeah,
similar.
but it's supposed to mirror it. That's the point. It's supposed to mirror the scene because they're they're doing it again. That's my point. It's this that when Sabine goes with Ahsoka in Rebels, that's when their training starts, right?
Yeah, and then it doesn't work out.
And then so
Go separate
it doesn't work
ways,
out.
and
But
then-
now they're training. But now it's happening again. So they
Back.
mirrored it.
Yeah. It's a bit funny. It's kind of weird. You did the exact same thing twice. But anyway, I trust Dave still. We're 2 episodes in. I will say it's not the premiere. Episode 1 and 2 weren't what I expected. It was very different live action Dave Filoni. You know, a lot of people argue Dave Filoni doesn't know how to tell a story. He just throws cameos and fan service everywhere, which he does, and I love that. I love my fan service and my cameos. But this kind of proved he can tell it. He can write stories. What he's leading up to is going to be incredible. The story he's leading up to, you know, when something's slow, that usually means there's a story going on, right? There's not much action. There's a story. They're leading up to the big action stuff, and that's exactly what happened in episode 1 and 2. We got our action. We got our lightsaber duels. We got we got lightsaber duels in each episode, which is very, very nice. Now I'm just
2.
Yeah, we
in
got
episode 2.
Yeah, so episode 1 we got Shin and Sabine at the end, right? Episode 2 we got Marok and Ahsoka.
Oh, we also got Ahsoka and the droids. In episode 1.
In episode 1, yeah. So lots of lightsabers in this show to come, lots more to come, and I'm waiting for my boy Anakin to show up. Obviously, my highly anticipated thing. I felt lots of episode 1, the Phantom Menace vibes throughout episode 1 and 2, which I absolutely loved. There was lots of OT vibes. It's like a mix of the prequel trilogy, of the original trilogy, Clone Wars, Rebels. It's like all good Star Wars mixing in, and I absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to see where the rest of it goes. There's lots of little Easter eggs we could get into, but other than that, what would you rate episode? We'll rate episode 1, we'll rate episode 2, then we'll rate the season so far. What do you rate episode 1?
Out of 5, I would probably give it 4.2.
Okay, 4.2.
I think it's still. It's not 5 out of 5 for me. I don't know. It's just I think it's a TV show, so it's hard to give it 5 out of 5.
I'm calling it now. Episode 5 will be 5 out of 5. Directed by Dave.
Yeah,
Dave.
probably.
Anakin's coming in that episode, I bet you. But episode 1, I will give a 4 on the dot. I'll give 4 on the dot for episode 1. Part 1, Master and Apprentice. But episode 2.
Episode 2. I think I'd forget. I don't know. I think I'd give episode 2 4.5. I don't know. I liked episode 2 a little bit more. I feel like it had that little bit more.
Fair. I will give
importance to it. It was exciting.
I think it definitely was a little bit more important, and I think every episode is going to get more important. Episode 5 will probably be our fanny service. He comes in with Anakin in that. But episode 2, it was good. I felt episode 1 was slower. It was longer, but episode 1 needed to recap a lot, needed to catch people up to stuff. It started the story. I think I preferred episode 1 over 2. So episode 1 I give a 4. Episode 2 I probably give a 3.8. I'm not blown away yet.
Really?
I'm not blown away at the show yet. I was so excited going to the show. I think I was a bit too much excited. I thought we were going to get Anakin straight off the bat. I went into it too excited. I just lost my mind. And I just forgot that, you know, there's a real story to be told here. There's not just going to be fan service with Anakin Skywalker and stuff like that. I just clicked out of my mind that there's an actual story building here. And I definitely did really, really enjoy it. I loved it. I can't believe Ahsoka's finally here. Dave Filoni has his own live action show. This is incredible. But I think I just preferred episode 1 over 2 just a little bit more. Episode 2 I felt didn't have as much as episode 1 going on, but episode 2 started, like, it started this mission that they're going to find Thrawn and Ezra. 3.8 episode 2. That's great. That's still very good. And episode 1 like a 4. Excited for episode 3.
Okay.
I think episode 3 they're gonna start to go on their way to the unknown regions. Obviously, we're gonna come across some massive Purgles. We've seen them in the trailer, so I'm definitely excited. And overall, at the moment, I give it probably like a 3.9 out of 5. So I'll round up to a 4.
I think I'd just give it a solid.
Yeah, I'll round up to a 4.
I would just give it a 4.5 out of 5 so far.
Okay, yeah, I'll give 4 out of 5 at the moment. 6 episodes to go, hype's real. Episode 5, the big episode, my most... Rosario Dawson said episode 5's her favourite one. This one's directed by Dave. I'm telling you now, we're getting hated in this one. I'm away on school camp when this airs. So it airs September 12th, the Wednesday. I come back on the Thursday. So I'm only going to be seeing it a day later than everybody else. We'll still get our review and breakdown up, except it'll be a day later. I want to touch on how we're going to do reactions. We're not doing live watch parties, just because there's no point, because the show comes out earlier now. It comes out 11 a.m. for us. I'm at school, so we can't do live watch parties. We will be recording our reactions moving forward. We had lots of technical difficulties trying to record our reaction today for episode 1 and 2, but at least there wasn't anything massive in episode 1 and 2 that I need a reaction for. But going forward, we will record our reactions and just put them at the front of our episode reviews and breakdowns. But that is our review and breakdown of Ahsoka. I can't believe I'm saying this. We're finally recording our Ahsoka episodes, man. Ahsoka, episode 1, part 1, Master and Apprentice, and episode 2, part 2, Toil and Trouble. The hype is real. Star Wars is back. As so many people are saying right now, Ahsoka is the make or break for their Star Wars journey. If they hate it, they're done with Disney Star Wars. And I agree. So, Dave, lots of pressure on you, mate. 6 episodes to go. And in Dave Filoni, we freaking trust. George Lucas would be proud. I will say this felt like George Lucas Star Wars, especially episode 1. Just
It did.
The parallels and everything connecting to the OT, to the PT. The dialogue was a bit like the PT, kind of. That was clunky moments with the dialogue, but I love that. And then OT, there's so much resemblance, and then Rebels and Clone Wars vibes in live action. It's coming together nice, and this is our dream Star Wars shows here. But anyway, I can't wait for next week. We'll obviously continue to talk about Ahsoka for the next 7 days until we get episode 3. Might create some more episodes. But until next time, thank you for listening to our review, our breakdown on Ahsoka episode 1 and 2, the premiere. Let us know what you guys thought. What do you give it out of 5? And we'll see you guys next episode here on the Movie Pod. Till then, may the Force be with you guys. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.